In the heart of the fire, bold flavors are forged. Strip steak seared to perfection. Mushrooms, onions, wine, and a silky crème fraîche sauce. This is beef stroganoff made outdoors. No oven, no shortcuts, bold, rustic, and unforgettable. This is comfort food reborn under open skies. Let's begin. These are the ingredients I used for this recipe. 1 pound of New York strip steak, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 cup of mushrooms, 1 medium yellow onion, 1 garlic clove, 4 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 cups of beef stock, 1 cup of crème fraîche, 3/4 cup of dry white wine, 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley for garnish, salt and pepper to taste, and fried onions optional for garnish. We'll start with a 1 pound strip steak. Trim off any tough silver skin or excess fat, but leave some marbling. That's flavor. Now hit it with a generous layer of kosher salt and cracked black pepper on both sides. Don't be shy, this is your crust. Let it rest at room temp while you fire up your heat. A good sear starts with a dry, seasoned steak and a screaming hot pan. Grab about a cup of fresh mushrooms. I'm using cremini mushrooms, earthy, meaty, and they hold up great to high heat. Skip the rinse. Mushrooms soak up water like sponges. Just brush them clean, trim the ends, and slice them nice and thick. Thin mushrooms vanish in the pan. We want bite and texture. Set them aside. These are going in hot and heavy when it's time to build the flavor. 1 yellow onion, your flavor foundation. Slice off the ends, cut it in half, and peel away that papery skin. Then give it a medium chop. You want pieces big enough to caramelize and small enough to melt into the sauce. Just 1 garlic clove, but it packs a punch. Smash it with the flat of your blade, peel it, and mince it fine. This isn't background noise, it's the spark that lights up the whole pan. Now for the herbs, just a teaspoon of fresh thyme and a tablespoon of parsley. Slide the thyme leaves right off the stems, then give them a quick chop. Fragrant, woodsy, perfect for depth. Then grab your parsley, bright and fresh. Chop it fine for that final pop right before plating. Time to bring the heat. Drop that seasoned strip steak onto a ripping hot skillet. Don't move it. Let the fire do its work. 2 minutes per side. That's all it takes for a bold, smoky sear that locks in flavor. Once both sides are seared to perfection, pull it off the heat and let it rest. That pan's already full of flavor. Don't waste it. Add the onions and stir them through. Drop in 4 tablespoons of butter and let it melt into all those steak drippings. They'll soak up every bit of that richness, softening and browning into the perfect base for our sauce. Did you know beef stroganoff is named after Count Pavel Stroganoff, a Russian aristocrat in the 19th century? The original dish was likely created by his French chef, who combined Russian ingredients with classic French technique. Now toss in those mushrooms, thick cut and ready to soak up all that buttery flavor. Now hit those mushrooms with a pinch of salt and a good crack of black pepper. It'll help draw out moisture and bring that deep umami flavor to the surface. Simple seasoning, but it makes all the difference. Give them space and time. We want color, not steam. Let them brown. Let them build that deep, earthy backbone this dish is known for. When they start to caramelize around the edges, that's your cue to move on. Did you know the original version featured sautéed beef cubes served in a mustard cream sauce? No mushrooms, no tomato paste, no pasta. Now stir in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste right into the heart of all that caramelized flavor. Let it cook for a minute or 2. It's not just an ingredient, it's the base builder. This step adds richness, acidity, and that deep umami backbone. Now sprinkle in 4 tablespoons of flour. This is what thickens our sauce. It's the roux without the rules. Stir it through and let it cook for a minute or 2. You're not just thickening, you're building flavor and body for what's coming next. Time to wake everything up. Pour in 3/4 of a cup of dry white wine to deglaze the pan. Scrape the bottom. Every bit of flavor stuck down there is liquid gold. The wine adds brightness and balance to that deep, rich base. Now add 2 cups of good beef stock, slow and steady. This is where it all comes together. The wine, the flour, the browned bits, now transforming into a rich, savory sauce. Whisk the sauce vigorously to ensure no clumps. Let that sauce simmer 5 to 10 minutes. Low heat, slow movement. You want it to reduce and thicken naturally. Now bring in the backbone, fresh thyme, garlic, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and Dijon mustard. Now for the final touch, a full cup of crème fraîche. Tangy, rich, and smooth, it melts right in without breaking, even over the fire. This isn't just for texture, it balances the whole dish, adds that signature creaminess, and makes every bite unforgettable. Silky, savory, and ready for the steak. Time to bring the steak back in. It's rested, juicy, and ready. Slice it against the grain into thin strips so every bite is tender, packed with that fire-seared flavor. To bring it all together, lay those seared steak strips right into that rich, velvety sauce. Let it warm through, don't boil, just let the heat and sauce wrap around every bite. To plate it up, add generous spoonfuls of that rich, creamy stroganoff poured right on a bed of hot buttered noodles. Top it off with fresh parsley for brightness, and a handful of crispy fried onions for crunch. Simple, bold, and built by fire. That's how we do stroganoff out here. And that right there is beef stroganoff done the way it should be. Over fire outside with real ingredients and even better flavor. It doesn't get more satisfying than this. If you're into cooking like this, no electricity, no shortcuts, just cast iron, open flame, and honest food, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the Outdoor Food Project and drop a comment below. I want to know, what dish should we throw over the fire next? Thanks for joining me out here. We'll do it again real soon.
Good. Really good.
Wow. The sauce is so creamy. Goes together well with the noodles. The steak's really juicy too.